In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get started with your own Facebook fan page. And I'm going to talk you through the process step by step, and when you finish watching this video, you should have no trouble at all setting up your own Facebook fan page. Before I get started though, I want to answer the single question that gets asked most about Facebook fan pages. And that is, what is the difference between a Facebook fan page and a regular Facebook page? Well, there are a number of very important differences. With a regular Facebook page, which is also known as a personal profile, they're for people, not for businesses. And at the time that I'm making this video, it is actually against Facebook's terms and conditions to actually have a personal profile for a business. So they are just for people, for individuals, and for individuals in their own personal life, not in their business life. And secondly is they're not always indexed by the search engines. So while you can sometimes find a Facebook page for an individual when you do a search in Google, that's not always the case. And you're limited to 5,000 friends, which for a normal person is more than adequate. But of course, if you have a business, you may have more than 5,000 customers. So that is another thing about your personal profile, that you are limited to the number of people that you can have as friends. And there are no Facebook tabs either. And people can't like your profile like they can like a fan page, and so that is actually very important. So you don't get that sort of interaction with a regular Facebook page with a personal profile that you do with a Facebook fan page. Okay, so let's look at Facebook fan pages. First of all, they're designed for businesses, brands and organizations to share their stories and connect with people. And they get indexed by the search engines, and you can actually have a unique URL for your Facebook fan page which can get indexed in Google and other search engines, so that you can direct traffic straight to it without people always having to log into Facebook. And there's no limit to the number of fans that you can have. And finally, you have access to Facebook tabs. Now, let's get started on creating a Facebook fan page. Now, to create your fan page, first thing that you need to do is to log into Facebook. If you don't already have a Facebook account, then you can easily set one up, and it is free, so just go to facebook.com and follow the on-screen instructions. Once you've logged into Facebook, you want to click up here on this little F, and it'll take you to this page. And then you want to come down here to where it says Create Page and click here. Takes you through to this page where it says Create a Page, and let me just scroll down a bit here. You can choose the different types of page that you can create. You can create a page for a local business or place, a company, organization or institution, a brand or product, an artist, band or public figure, for entertainment, so if you're releasing a book or a video or a song, then that's the one you choose, or a cause or community. Now, exactly which one that you choose is going to depend obviously on what you're going to use this Facebook page for. There are some quite significant differences between the different types of page. For a local business or place, you're going to be able to give details about the business, you're going to be able to give its address, the hours that it's open, price range, contact information, and what type of parking is available. For a company, organization or institution, you're going to be able to tell people when it was founded, you're going to be able to give the address, details of any products that the company makes, and any awards that it's received. For a brand or product, you're going to be able to tell people about the brand or product, You'll be able to say when the brand was founded. You'll be able to say what other products the company makes under the same brand, and like with the previous example, you'll be able to tell details about any awards that have been won. For an artist, a band, or a public figure, you're going to be able to give lots of personal information about them, like their affiliation, their address, so that you can write off a fan mail or something like that, their birthday, their interests, their biography, and their gender. With entertainment, so this is for something like, say, a new song being released, or a new book, or a video, or a movie, then you'll be able to give the release date, and you'll be able to give some information about it that might be interesting to fans. For a cause or community, you can give the cause type, you can give the description, and you can give the cause groups, so that you can sort of get a groundswell of public involvement in this particular cause or in this particular community. So you can see why it's so important that you make the right choice at this particular stage. I'm going to do a fan page for one of Liz's websites, so I'm going to select this one here, company, organization, or institution. So we can just click there. And then they're going to ask me to choose a category. And what we're going to do, you've got aerospace or defense, banking, financial institution, biotechnology, cars and parts, cause, chemicals. There's a whole lot down here. So let's put it in here, consulting and business services. And then you can put in the company name, or what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put in the website name. So I'm just going to copy and paste the URL in here, and then click here where it says Get Started. And it takes you through to this page, and here you can add some more information, and you can put in the description to tell people what the page is all about. Now you're limited to 155 characters, so it's best to write it out in your word processor first and then copy and paste it in. And also you can put a link to your website here, and again it's a good idea to copy and paste it just so you don't get any misspelling. So let's do that first. And then I've written out a description, which I've got here in Notepad, so I'm just going to copy and paste that in. Control and select all, and then copy, and then we can simply paste that in there. Control and V. Now you can choose a unique Facebook web address to make it easier for people to find your page. And once you've set it, you can only change it once, so you do need to be careful and you do need to take your time and choose it properly. Again, just like choosing a URL for your website, you can have some keywords in there that's going to make it easy to find in the search engine, because unlike a regular Facebook page, it can be indexed by the search engines. So you can either enter this information in now, or you can do it later. I'm going to enter it in now, so I'm just going to put Liz Tomey with an underscore underneath. And then we click here on where it says Save Info. Oh, please shorten this text to 155 characters. Okay. So let's see here. Let's just edit this down. I'll just pause the video while I do this. Okay, I've just edited that down a bit, and now we can click here on Save Info. Web address you created can't be used. See, it does keep prompting you all the time. So let's try another one. Okay. Okay, the next page it takes you through to is this one, where you can upload a profile picture. and you can either upload it from a computer or you can import it from a website, or you can skip the step. I'm going to upload one from my computer, so click here on choose a file to upload. This pop-up window opens, and this is the file that I'm going to upload, the picture I'm going to upload, Liz_180. Now your profile picture has to be square, and the recommended setting is 180 pixels by 180 pixels. So there we go, that's the picture uploaded. If you have a photo editing program like Photoshop or something like that, you can make sure that you get it the right size. And when that's all uploaded, click on Next. And the next screen that you come through to is this one, Preferred Page Audience. And as it says, anyone can find your page, but we'll do our best to put it in front of the people who matter to you most. And this means that you can target the audience that you want the fan page to be aimed at. And you can break it down by location, by age, by gender, and by interest. And you can see here there's a whole lot of different interests that you can choose from. As we want this fan page to be viewable by everyone everywhere, I'm going to skip this stage. So let's click here on skip. And that's basically it. Now the fan page is effectively set up. You'll be prompted to look at some of the tabs here. For example, this tab here explains everything that your page is about. I'll cover that in a moment. You can click here on Next. You can like liztomy.com. Personally, I would not like this right away, because what's going to happen is this will go into the news feed, and if you haven't got anything on your fan page, if it's not properly set up yet, then really this is a waste of effort at the moment. What you want to do is you want to wait until you've actually got something on your fan page, that you've actually got it set up, that you've got some content, and then like it, and that will get it into the newsfeed. So I'm going to skip that at the moment. And the same thing here, invite your friends. Yes, you want to do that, but you want to wait until you've got your fan page set up. So click on Next. And then you can see you've got the most important things like page likes and notifications and messages and so on is in this panel here on the right. Let's click on Next. And there we go. That's what it's starting to look like. Okay, so now let's start to customize this a bit further and put some information and some posts on it and so on. Okay, first thing we're going to do is to add a cover photo. It's going to get rid of this gray area here and add a nice custom cover photo here. And the cover photos have to be 851 by 315 pixels. So click here on Add a Cover, and you can choose from photos, or you can upload a photo. I'm going to click here on Upload a Photo. And the one I'm going to choose is this one, lizcoverphoto.png. Click here on Open. And it takes a moment to run through, depending on the speed of your internet connection. And there we go, you can drag to reposition the cover. I'm moving it along there, or you can just leave it as it is. I shall leave it as it is, and then click here on Save Changes. And there we go, that is now done. Okay, let's set up some of the other settings here. Let's click here on About. I'll just scroll down so you can see it better. And here is where you can start to set it up and change some of the settings for this page. You see it says Page Info. You can put the address if you want to put the mailing address for the business. You've got the short description, and you can edit it from here. So if you want to change it, you can just click there, So I can change that to say find the perfect online business to set you, or let's change that to for you. And then click on Save Changes. There we go. The Impressium, you need this in some countries like Switzerland and Germany to show who the ownership of the website is. In other countries you don't need to bother with that. You can enter a long description for your fan page. You can put in your mission statement, names of the founders, any awards that you've won, products that you sell, phone number, email address, and if I come down a bit further, you've also got the website, and you can see that's already set up there. And then if this is a fan page for a brand or a celebrity organization, you can then enter the official page in here. And what information is entered in here is going to depend on the type of page that you opted to set up at the beginning, which is why it's very important to get it right. Let's just go back to the page again. One other thing we can do is create a call to action by clicking here. And what this will do is we'll put a button on your Facebook fan page which can link to the website, and it can encourage people to click this to go to your website to either shop now, like it says here. So if you've got an online store that you're setting up this fan page for, then you can encourage people to go there and buy. You can have book now, contact us, use app, or sign up, or watch a video, and you can link to, say, a video on YouTube or something like that. I'm going to click here on sign up, and then I'm going to put the website address in here. And then we click through on next. And then you set this up for people using an iPhone or an iPad. You can have them go to the website, or you can have them go to an app. I'm going to have them go to the website and click on next. And again, same thing applies for people who have an Android phone. Click here on website, or again they can go to an app. I'm going to have it go to the website and then click here on create. And there we go. So when people come here, they can click on this button and that will take them through to the website and they can sign up. Let's click on next. And then this takes me through the whole lot here. You can see the results, how many calls to action there have been so far in the last 7 days. Obviously, because this is brand new, there aren't any, so click here on finish. Okay, now this page is pretty much finished, so what we need to do is to start adding some content. So let's start by scrolling down, and it says be the first to post on this page. So let's write a post and say new Facebook fan page. Now there's lots of different types of content that you can publish on your fan page, and obviously the page is going to populate with new information and new content over time. At the time that I'm making this video, you can have either a plain text entry, you can have a photo with a caption, you can have a link with a caption, a video with a caption, you can have an event page or a location check-in. But Facebook are updating these all the time, so they may have more or fewer options by the time that you come to watch this video. So that's all done there. Let's click here on post. Now one thing I ought to mention, if you click here on this icon, you've got two options for posting. You can either post under your name. My name isn't actually Edward Martin, this is just one that I've set up for the purpose of making this video. or you can post as the page name. Either way, it's up to you to decide exactly how you want to do it, but they do give you this flexibility. If you click up here on promote, you have options where you can have paid promotion of the page or the website, or you can have adverts manager. I'm actually going to cover paid promotion in another video, so we'll just pass on that for the moment. But before you actually start to pay to get traffic to your fan page, what you really need to do is to start getting some organic traffic and to get some likes and to get people coming to the fan page and so on. And so what you need to do is to start liking it, and the first way that you can do that is to like it yourself, obviously. So click here on the button that says like, and there we go, it says that you've liked it. And then you want to start getting other people to like your fan page as well. And personally, the way that I would do it would be like this. Obviously, you want to like it yourself first. Then you want to invite co-workers or people at your organization who are on Facebook to like your page. Then you want to invite supporters who are in your network, and you want to encourage them to engage with your fan page and to like it. And then finally, you want to invite customers. And then with some activity on your page already, then your customers are going to be more interested. And lastly, I just want to have a quick word about content. Now I'm going to go into more detail about content in another video, but just bear in mind that you want to have a variety of content on your fan page, so that when people come back to your fan page, they get a slightly different experience every time, because that will encourage them to come back again and again. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can add apps to your Facebook fan page to help add extra content and to enhance the user's experience. And apps allow you to add more functionality to your fan page. There's two ways that you can accomplish this. The first way is to do a search up here in the search bar for the app that you want. And let's say that I want to add an app that links to a YouTube channel. So I can go up here and type in YouTube. And you can see it lists various things. You've got people, YouTube, events, YouTube. But this is the one that we want here where it says apps. And this is YouTube app. So let's click on that. And it takes you through to this page. And it says YouTube app for Facebook. And we want to click here where it says install application. It takes you through here, it says add page tab, and then you can choose where you want to put it. We're going to have it on our liztomey.com fan page, so we'll select that one, and then just simply click here, add page tab. And you can see here it's installed the tab, and now we need to put some content into it. And you can have either a YouTube channel or playlist, or you can have an ID of an individual video. I'm actually going to have a channel listed in here, and I'm going to have Liz's YouTube channel. So I've got it open here in my browser. So what I'm going to do is I just want the channel name. So I'm just going to highlight this last bit and copy it. So right click and copy, and then I'm going to put that in there and paste, and then we come down and click here where it says save settings. Now, it takes a moment, but you can see it's got the latest video on the channel being displayed, and if I scroll down a bit further, you can see we've got all of the videos that Liz has in her channel. Now the second way to install an app onto your Facebook fan page is to link directly to it, or to go directly to the URL where you can install the app from. Now I have a link here, and this is to allow a link to a web page. So let's just highlight that and copy. And you must be logged into Facebook to do this, but I'm going to add a new tab and then paste. And there you go, it says add a custom page tab to your Facebook page. Click here, install page tab. And again, similar procedure, you select the pages that you want it to be on. So we can have it on this page, liztomey.com, and then click add page tab. And it says here, your page tab has been installed. Now it's time to configure the new page tab to show the content that you want. So let's just scroll down and click where it says configure page tab. And it says Woobox will receive the following info: your public profile, friend list, and email address. So if you're happy with that, click on OK. And then it says Woobox would like to manage your pages and access your page and app insights. So click on OK. And it opens up this window. And what I want to do is I want to allow people to come to this fan page and click on a tab, and it'll open a link to Liz's blog. And this is the blog page, so I'm going to copy and paste the URL. Let's just copy that. Let me come back here, and I'm going to select this setting here, URL, and then I'm going to enter the URL in there. There we go. And you can set the height of this iframe window, and there are some other settings that you can change as well. But I'm going to leave all these at the default position for this demonstration. So let's just save settings there. And that's done. Now I want to set up the tab settings, so I'll click here. And I don't want it to say welcome, I want it to say blog. You can highlight that and just change that. And again, save settings. There we go, so that's done. And now, let's go back to this other page I've got here and just refresh it. And if I scroll down, you can see we have these two apps installed now. So there you go. That's two ways that you can install apps into your Facebook fan page. In this video, I want to talk about how you can create content that keeps your Facebook fans happy. And this is basically a three-step process. Step 1, you want to find out who your most loyal fans are. Step 2, you want to find out what they want. And finally, step 3, you want to create content that fits the bill. So how do you go about doing all these? Okay, let's begin with step 1, finding out who your most loyal fans are. Take a look at your Facebook timeline and see which names keep popping up on a regular basis, because these are obviously people who are interested in your fan page. So you want to create a spreadsheet and log these names, and you want to put a line or two about each person. And then you want to look at their profiles and see what they're like. You know, are they mainly men or women or both? What ages are they? Where do they live? Have they got any kids? If so, how old are they? What interests do they have? You know, For example, are they jazz aficionados or winter sports fans? Anything that you can think of that can relate to your business or to the products and services that you offer. List as many as you can, but try to get at least 20 so that you can more easily see a pattern emerging. And you want to drill down and find as many similarities as possible. And this is going to help you to be able to tailor your content to better suit your fans. Okay, step 2 is to find out what your fans already like. And a good way to do that is to look at what's already being shared. If people like your content, they're going to share it with others, other people with similar interests, and so on. So if your content is already being shared, it's a good bet that this is stuff people like. Create more of it. Another way to find out what people like is to ask them. I know that sounds simple, but it's the easiest way. Just post a Facebook update with a multiple choice question asking fans which topic they prefer. So for example, if you were creating a series of Facebook tutorials, you could say, I'm creating a series of Facebook tutorials, what's your biggest problem? Getting more likes, creating content, monitoring page activity, finding patterns amongst your posts, or something else. And then get people to respond. They won't need much encouragement. People will tell you if they're not happy with something or if there's something that they want to know about. And that will give you some good ideas to start creating content. Now, once you've identified what your fans are interested in, the final step is to create the sort of content that they're going to read and share. Now, exactly what you're going to do, exactly what you're going to create, well, that's going to vary depending on what your fans are interested in, but here are a few ideas. And first of all, there's quotes, and humorous, inspiring or motivational quotes always perform well, and there are lots of places you can find them. You can actually buy quotation dictionaries and that sort of thing. So a good quote that's relevant to the content of your Facebook fan page always goes down well. Then there are behind the scenes photos. Take candid shots of yourself or your employees, or just a snapshot of your office or your workspace and post it up. It's going to help keep people interested, and they'll know that you're a real person or real persons, not just some big company or faceless corporation. That it's going to make it appear more human. And then there are infographics. Find an infographics that your followers would appreciate. Or, better yet, create one of your own. If you're unfamiliar with infographics, you'll find a lot of information on Wikipedia. If you type in infographic into the Wikipedia search box, it'll take you to this page, and it explains a lot about it. If you're stuck for ideas, you can look here on dailyinfographic.com. They have lots of interesting infographics that you can use for inspiration. And of course, if you do a search in Google, you can find lots of different programs that you can use to actually make infographics. And then you can share a helpful resource. If you're truly concerned about sharing the most valuable information with your followers, don't be afraid to direct them to other people's valuable content, not just your own. And you never know, the owner of that other valuable content may decide to reciprocate and direct people to your fan page, so it can be a win-win situation for you both. And finally, you could link to a case study. Case studies are great for delivering useful information in a way that's often more palatable and actionable than just a standard blog post. So there you go. These are just a few ideas that you can use. There's tons and tons and tons of different ideas out there for different types of content. And as I was saying earlier, it's going to depend on what your fans say that they want to know more about. So be guided by them. Let them tell you what they want, and then just simply provide them with it. But one thing that you must do is you must keep your content varied. You must provide a variety of content, not just all infographics, not just all blog posts, not just all quotes, because if it's the same thing time after time after time, people aren't going to keep coming back. And when people do come to your fan page for the first time, they're going to scan down the timeline and see that it's all the same stuff, and they're going to get bored and they're not going to come back, or they're going to click away, and so on. So do be sure to have a variety of content. So there you go. That should give you some ideas. All you need to do now is to start creating, and I wish you every success. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can advertise your fan page using Facebook advertising. And this will enable you to get your Facebook fan page in front of other Facebook users who may share an interest. And there are two ways that you can do this. To access them both, come up here to where it says Promote, and then you can either promote the page, promote the website, or you can use Adverts Manager. Now the simplest way to promote your Facebook fan page is to just simply click here where it says Promote Page. So we'll click on that, and it opens up this pop-up window which gives you an idea of how a very simple ad can look. And this is how it would look in the desktop news feed. You can see you'd have the profile picture and the name of the website, and then you'd have the background picture here, and you'd have the text that's going to be in the ad, and then you could choose the audience, and then it would have a budget. Now I'm in the UK, so it's showing the price in pounds sterling. If you were in another country like the US, it would show it in dollars. If you were in the Eurozone, it would show it in euros, and so on. And then you can schedule it. Let's see if we can move this down a bit. You can schedule it, you can run it for a week or 2 or 3 weeks, or you can set an end date, or you can run it continuously. And this gives you an idea of the number of likes per day that you're likely to receive. And you can edit this to choose the audience. Simply click here on Edit. You can select countries, interests, ages, and so on. But I'm actually not going to do this. Let's cancel that. Cancel promotion. I'm actually going to use the other setting. I'm actually going to use Adverts Manager, because this gives you a lot more flexibility. So click on that. It takes me through to this page, which shows the various accounts that we have in Adverts Manager. There's only the one set up automatically with the ID and active, and even though I'm in the UK, it is actually showing the spend in dollars. So I'm going to create an advert. So click up here on this green button, Create Advert. And the first step when it's creating a campaign is to choose the objective for the campaign. And you can use it to boost your posts, you can use it to promote your page, send people to your website, increase conversions of your website, get installs of your app, increase engagement in your app, raise attendance at your event, get people to claim your offer, or get video views. So you see you've got a lot of flexibility, and when you set up the ad, then these choices that you make now will be taken into consideration, and so when your ad actually shows, you can target a much more specific audience for a much more specific purpose. Okay, let's say we want to promote the page. So click here on Promote Your Page, and you can see here page likes connect more people with your page, and that's the page that we want to connect them with, liztomi.com. So I'm going to click here on Continue. And it asks me to give the campaign a name, which is liztomi.com page likes, but you can change this if you want. And let's just scroll down a bit. And you can enter your account info, and you can only set this up once per account, but you can have more than one account. So you can set up your country. I'm in the UK, so it's set at United Kingdom, and my currency is sterling. British pound sterling. Time zone, of course, is Europe, London, but you can change these as well if you want to be in another country. If you're from another country like the US, then you can change that and change it to dollars. I'll show you the advanced options here, which is the advert account name, and you can change that. Let's call this liztomey.com. And scroll down a bit further. And now you want to create your advert set. And this is where Facebook advertising can really score, because you can really drill down to a specific, narrow, focused target audience. Now, you can choose the location by simply clicking on here, and you've got all the United Kingdom. You can have exclusion targeting, so you can exclude locations, for example. So if you don't want people in certain areas to see this, it can be excluded. Just cancel that. You can add a country or region or postcode or zip code in here. So let's say I wanted to target people in Liz's hometown of Chattanooga. I can just simply type that in. There you go, Chattanooga, Tennessee, United States. I can put that in. And then you can add a radius. By default, it'll be with plus 20 kilometers, so it'll cover the surrounding areas. You can set the age range and the gender. You can set the languages. Let's say you just want people who speak English. So we have English all. And you can add more demographics as well. Let's just move down a bit. So for example, you can have the relationship status, or their education, or work, ethnic affinity, generation, whether they're parents or not, politics in the US, life events, and so on. And you see how powerful this is. Because let's say, for example, you had a fan page that was promoting a site selling wedding dresses, and it was in a particular place. Let's say it was in Chattanooga. You could target only women aged between, say, 18 and 35 who list their relationship status as engaged. So only those people would see your ad. Nobody else would. So you would know that the ad is going to be super targeted on those specific people. So you're not going to waste your money showing your ad to, you know, guys in their 50s who would not be interested in wedding dresses. So do you see what I mean? Do you see how powerful this is doing it this way? A few other things we can change here. You can also narrow it down by interests. So for example, you've got business and industry, or entertainment, family and relationships, and so on. So if you're promoting, say, a restaurant, you can have people who are interested in food and drink. Oops, you've got behaviors. You can search behaviors. Yep. So digital activities, expats, mobile device users, and so on. And connections, you can have it for all or only people who are not connected to Liz Tomey. So people who already visit your page, people who are already in your timeline, people who've already liked your page aren't going to see this. So again, you're not going to be wasting the money on the ad. And it comes down to how much do you want to spend, like it always does. You can set your budget. You can have it either per day or a lifetime budget, which basically means that the ad will show until the money runs out. You can schedule it. You can have it continuously starting today, or you can set a start and end date. So let's say I want it to run from today until the end of the week. So we're making this on the 11th of March. Let's say I want to write to the 14th. And that will tell me how much I will be spending in total. You have the advanced options here as well. You can optimize it for page likes, or you can optimize it for clicks. Personally, I would think that clicks would be better value for money, because then you only pay when somebody actually clicks on your advert. And then you can change the pricing here, get more clicks at the best price, or set the maximum that you want to pay per click. So personally, I would set it at that one, the maximum amount, and then you can set it at the lower end and then see how it responds, and then you can always increase it. Okay, let's hide the advanced options. And then it gives the advert set name. This will set it automatically, or you can just simply write in your own one. Let's call it ad set 1. Just scroll down a bit here. Okay, now you can select the images that you want to use, and it says here you can add up to 6 images. You can upload new images, you can use images from your library, or search for free professional images from Shutterstock. So this is one that they're going to use, which is the image that we have on the site, and we can upload another one, or you can use a video. There are various options you can have. I'm going to leave this at the default setting for this example. Now you can alter the text. So I can say, visit my site today, or visit my page today and download a free report. As you can see, that's put that in there, and this is how it's going to look like on the desktop news feed. You've got the picture, you've got the profile picture, you've got the page name, the ad itself, and click here for people to like it. And let's have a look at the advanced options. You can change the headline, and you can change the landing view, so you can have them land at the timeline, or you can take them to the photos, or some of the apps that we installed earlier on. And when that's done, you can click here to review the order, and it gives you this pop-up window, which basically distills everything down to show you exactly what you're doing, the name, the audience, the campaign, the advert set, and the daily budget, and the duration. And if this was a real advertisement, I would click here to place the order, and then it would take me through to the next page where I could enter my credit card details and so on, and then the ad would start to run. So there you go. That's how you can use Facebook advertising to get people to your Facebook fan page. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can advertise your fan page using other methods. And by other methods, I mean outside of Facebook itself. And this is quite a broad topic. There are lots and lots and lots of different ways that you can bring fans to your fan page. But in this video, I'm going to concentrate on 2 methods. I'm going to cover one free method, and I'm going to cover one paid for method. But both of these methods are going to bring you fast results. For the free method, I'm going to recommend something that you're probably already using, and that is Twitter. And if you don't already have an account with Twitter, you can sign up at twitter.com, and it's all absolutely free. And basically, whenever you post something to your Facebook fan page, whenever you update your page, add something new to the timeline, then simply tweet about it. And you want to add a link to your fan page at the end of your tweet. And you can also add a hashtag, and this is particularly useful if you don't have a lot of followers. So you can put a hashtag there, and if your Facebook fan page is about a popular subject or something that there are lots of other hashtags around about, then you'll be able to get more followers. And this is actually going to serve two purposes. First of all, you're going to get more Twitter followers because you're going to have a lot of interesting content on your Twitter feed, which is going to tie in to your Facebook fan page. And secondly, of course, you're going to get more people going to your Facebook fan page, which is going to mean more likes and more shares. Now, don't just share text tweets. Share other things as well, like infographics and photos and other stuff that you can also put onto your Facebook fan page. And so one can work very closely with the other. And you can sign up today, you can start today, and it's all completely free, and you should start to get some traffic fairly quickly. Because every character counts on Twitter, you should consider using a link shortening tool like Bitly to cut that right down and reduce the number of characters that you have. So for example, you can put a link in, you can either paste it or type it in, and then click on that to shorten it. There we go. Then you can copy that to your clipboard, and then if I open a new tab here, you see it takes it straight through to the page. Outside of Facebook itself, probably the best paid for method of generating traffic to your Facebook fan page is Google AdWords. And Google AdWords are these little ads here that you see at the side and at the top of a search in Google. You can see them all down here. You can also advertise on other web pages through Google AdWords. This is what's known as Google AdSense. And so that means that you can also advertise on other people's websites, other people who have an audience that is similar to the one that you have for your Facebook fan page. To access Google AdWords, let's just open this tab here, go to google.com/AdWords. If you already have a Google AdWords account, then you click up here to sign in. If you don't, then you can simply click here to start now and simply follow the on-screen instructions. It's fairly easy to actually set up a Google AdWords account. Now I already have a Google AdWords account, so I'm going to sign in and just pause the video while I do that. Okay, once you've got signed up, you'll be directed to a page like this. Incidentally, if you have a Gmail address, then you're automatically enrolled because Google lumps everything together now. They'll set up a campaign for you. You can either stick with the default campaign naming or you can type in your own one. And then you can choose what type of ad you want. You can have either in the search network with display select, you can have it in the search network only, and this is just Google's search engine only, the display network only, which is Google AdSense like I was explaining earlier, or shopping, or you can have online video. I'm going to stick with the default settings for this demonstration. And then you've got the network, so you've got Google Search Network and Google Display Network. You can decide which devices you want it to be shown on. It says it will show it on all edible devices by default, and then the locations where you want the ad to show. Now this is similar to the way that they do it on Facebook, but not quite as targeted. So you can have all countries and territories, just your home country, which in my case is the United Kingdom, or you can choose, you can click on that radio button, and then you can enter a location or target to either include or exclude. And you can do an advanced search and so on. And then you can choose the languages. I'm going to keep it for all countries and territories for this demonstration. Then you can choose the languages. If your Facebook fan page is just in English, then it's best just to keep it in English, but you can also choose different languages as well. This really ties into the different types of Google search engine that there are out there. For example, they have a Google Greek search engine which has everything in Greek, or an Italian one, google.it, which has all the results in Italian. So again, you don't want to waste your money by having the ad show somewhere that the people who are going to that page are not going to be able to benefit from what you have on offer. Let's scroll down a bit more. Then you have your bid strategy, and you can either manually set the bids for your clicks, or AdWords will set my bids to help me. Personally, I would manually set it and start fairly low and then work up to see how it goes. The thing with this is, I don't want to sound cynical, but a lot of this is done to maximize Google's revenue. So you do need to pay attention to how much you're spending. So personally, I would set manually. There's also the advanced options. Let's just click on this tab. And you have focus on clicks and manually set it for clicks. And then you can also have enhanced cost per click, which is unavailable at the moment because I haven't set conversion tracking. I'm actually going to skip that because it's not entirely necessary. Then you have your default bid and your budget per day, and this applies to the first ad group of the campaign, which you'll create in the next step. Personally, it always strikes me as odd that they want you to put the default bid in before you've actually set up the ad, but that's the way that they do it. So I'm going to set a default bid of 25 pence. You can change it later, and I advise you to do so. And then we're going to set a budget of £50. Again, this is going to vary, and a lot of things to do with AdWords come down to trial and error. It comes down to seeing what works best for you and what gets you the best results. So you do have to, come back and check on your campaign over time to make sure that you are actually getting the best value for money, and you need to sort of fine tune it to suit your own particular situation. Okay, ad extensions. You can extend your ads with location information or links to sections of your site or a phone number. I'm actually going to leave these unchecked for the moment, because for a Facebook fan page these things aren't really going to apply. Okay, so click here on save and continue. Okay, it takes you through to this page where you set up your ad group and create an ad. And you can see here it's automatically named it ad group 1. Now there's all sorts of tactics that you can employ to write an ad that quite frankly go beyond the scope of this particular video. However, there are a few things that you need to bear in mind. First of all, you want to have a headline that really catches the attention of the browser, because when people see these ads they only really glance at them. So what you have to do is you have to make something that's going to stand out as soon as they see it, that's going to catch their eye. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that you want to make sure that you can succinctly describe exactly what your ad is about. You're limited to 35 characters per line, and it's all got to make sense. So you do have to put some thought into it. My recommendation is that you brainstorm a few different ad ideas, write them out in your word processor ahead of time, and then you can copy and paste them into here. I've written something out here which I'm going to copy and paste in. So we can do copy. Headline goes in here, and that's limited to 25 characters. And then your description line 1, which is 35 characters. And your description line 2, which is 35 characters as well. Paste that in. Then you've got the display URL. Now that doesn't necessarily have to be the URL that you're going to direct people to. For the purposes of directing people to a Facebook fan page, then it's probably a good idea to put the full URL anyway. So let's put that in. And again, you are limited. So if you do have a really long URL, then you can just simply put, say, the first part of the website address and then redirect it using this section here. Okay, you can have extra URLs for mobiles, and you can add extra URL options. I'm going to skip all this for the time being. Let's just scroll down a bit, because the next section you come to is the keywords. Now the keywords are of utmost importance when you're putting together a Google AdWords ad, because these are the keywords that people will type into Google, and then they will determine where your ad displays. So you want to make sure that they are relevant to the subject of your ad. Getting keyword ideas is quite an involved subject, and it goes well beyond the scope of this video. However, Google AdWords does come with a very good inbuilt keyword tool, and you can access it directly from within Google AdWords. So let's come up here to Tools, and you have Keyword Planner. Let's click on that. Opens up this page, and what we want to do is search for new keyword and ad group ideas. Opens up this page, and you can enter one or more of the following. You can have something that describes your product or service, your landing page, in which case what Google will do will be to crawl the site and see what the keywords are there, or you can select a product category. I'm going to type in a product or service, and I'm going to say this is business opportunities. And then we go down to the bottom of the page here and click on Get Ideas. And you can see you've got ad group ideas. These are groups of ideas that you can have, or you can just have the keyword ideas, and it will give you the average monthly searches. You've got the keywords sorted by relevance, and so on. What I'm going to do, just to save time, is to import an ad group idea. So let's come over to ad group ideas. And what I'm going to do is have this one here, business opportunities, which has average monthly searches of 8,870 and a suggested bid of £1.44. So let's click that over, and you can see that the bid range is going to be between £0 and £20 and 7 pence. And you can see that it reckons you'll get between 0 and 38.4 clicks. So let's just look at this ad group here. You can see all the different keywords. It's got 23 different keywords. Now obviously if I was doing this for real, I would take a lot of time to go through and check these out and make sure that they were a good fit, but that takes a lot of time, and rather than have you sit through this because it's just a demonstration, I'm just going to use these straight off. So let's copy these to my computer's clipboard. Click on copy. I do right click, copy, and then close. There are other tools available as well, like Market Samurai, but the Google Keyword Planner should help you find some keywords, just enough to help you get started. Now once you have your list of keywords, either from the list that you've compiled yourself or from using some of the tools like the Google Keyword Planner, you want to enter them in here, one every line. I've got some that I've copied to my computer's clipboard, so I'm just going to paste them in. And then we can click here on this button that says Estimate Search Traffic. And there you go. It's telling me the estimated traffic summary and how much it's going to cost. This isn't actually going to be a very effective campaign, so I probably wouldn't run it if I was doing it for real, but for demonstration purposes I shall carry on. And then if this were a real campaign, I would click here to save and continue to billing, and then I would be prompted to enter my credit card details and so on. But as this is just a demonstration, I'm not going to do that. And as I mentioned earlier, there are lots and lots of different ways that you can use to get people to your Facebook fan page. But this is just a couple to get you started.